Welcome, everybody. In case you did not hear, we are live. Welcome back to UnCommon Monsters for our thoroughly thrilling third session. I'm your monster DM Cory, joining you along with our players, my beastly brother Chris, who'll be playing Bold, Bugbear Bard, and the awfully awesome Alaina, playing Ezzy, the Goblin Cleric. So, gird your blades and sharpen your loins. It's monstering time. In our last session, our three newly appointed Thanes of Droaam's third ward arrived and spent your first day in the infant nation you have been charged with helping to found and develop. Under direction of Lieutenant Governor Zara de Velderan, our monsters pitched in to help establish the initial base camp around the teleportation circle in Droaam's first ward, while attempting to gather information about their fellow Thanes and Lieutenant Governors. Our brotherly bugbear Volbert made a new turtle friend, and while discovering he has a knack for fishing. Our grandmotherly goblin Ezzy earned an amazing new companion in the woods and proved herself to some real bastards. And our unfortunate Medusa Geltrema went on a hunt that ended with him being disemboweled and killed, but was later discovered to be a werewolf. It was on their way to chat with the timeless dragon god Crenepsis that our monsters discovered the werewolf incursion in the form of Dave, the Wereknoll, who they fought off and killed. Following the Wereknoll battle, our monsters made their way to the island on which Crenepsis had taken up residence and spoke to the dragon god. Crenepsis called our monsters the Convergences and told them their decisions would have great impact, claiming he does not influence history, but only records it, while also providing cryptic hints and advice. Before leaving Crenepsis' island, the dragon god revealed the presence of the invisible man in colorful scarves, a Thane of the first ward who had been spying on them and overheard their extremely telling conversation. After reporting the werewolf battle and Crenepsis' encounter to Zara, our monsters settled in for a much-needed rest, awakening to find that Smoke, the dwarf black dragon, as he freed and befriended in Sharn, is now in possession of the green hag token that once belonged to Geltrema, and is now bound to the hag Oricatra. So the world is yours. You all have awoken, and you're in this tent that has been erected for you, your group, Zara, and what would have been the three Thanes before Geltrema was felled by the whatever in the woods. You awaken, there are sheets hanging in this large tent that divide it. So you have a modicum of privacy, little cots for sleeping, and you rise refreshed. And you, Ezzy, who slept clearly in the vicinity of, how do you and Smoke, what's the arrangement there?
I'm the big spoon, he's the little spoon.
Okay. So we got Granny doing the big spoon action with her little baby killing machine, acid spitting monstrosity.
He's such a good boy, you know.
Really, he really isn't. But anyways, as you wake up, he's an evil good boy. He's a good evil boy. I don't know which one. So you wake up and you got your little spoon and he's snuggled into you, and you only have a few scratches that are bleeding a little bit from the rough scales and spines.
It happens with the new ones, you know, before they really get a handle on their claws.
Yeah. Then it'll be way worse once it gets bigger. So he stretches, and he does actually like a kind of like a. It's not a. It's you would think it would be like a cat stretch, but it's more of a dog. He does the front how they identify the front two little arms down in that stretch that puppies do, the straight down stretch, you know what I'm saying, and the legs with the back kick with the bowed, like the flayed out. But then in the mouth you notice the token, and in your head seems that I have become one of you now.
Oh, well, this is exciting.
Yeah, that was a crazy dream.
What happened? What'd she tell you?
Well, she showed me that when I was captured, when I let myself be captured and enslaved in that cage in which you found me, the most horrible day of my life.
Oh no. Well,
And then she offered me, were I to take up residence in this crawling dungeon that apparently we will find, I will gain power, and as long as I serve this one. So I said yes.
well,
Dragon needs power. A dragon needs to grow. Don't you think?
well, of course, darling. We also need to find you something interesting so you can grow and flourish. We want you to get big and strong. You're large. You are Smoke the Large, but we want you to be big. The
Need a
bigger
dungeon.
you are, the
Yes.
safer you are.
Yes, I need a dungeon. That's what Crenepsis said and the hag. So clearly, I guess we're gonna find a dungeon. Probably won't be that easy though.
Oh, I highly doubt it. Nothing really ever is. Everything seems
So
to
far,
take a
well,
lot of effort
one of
before
you
this.
has died. Your buddy, the big
Yes.
one with the snakes, died.
Yes, that happened. That was
That happened.
Yeah.
And this seems pretty dangerous. We gotta watch out for ourselves. What do you think about the other guy? Is he gonna be any use to us?
Oh, I mean, he was very useful in distracting the werewolf.
Yes, maybe he can be like Chum, right? Like he can distract them. They can attack him.
I mean,
Get to
Nope.
safety.
whatever helps us succeed is ideal.
Yeah. Okay, I see where you're going. And then if we need to, we can slit his hamstrings as we run away. And that way they can feast on him as
No,
we.
I don't think we're going to split his hamstrings.
Just if we need to. I'm
we
saying.
can keep that as like plan Z, like the very last resort.
Just keep it. It's an option.
A very last resort kind of
That means
option.
B, right? Like.
No, Z means
just-
Z, as in the last letter of the
I'm
alphabet.
not Canadian. I don't know what you're talking about. All right. So as this conversation's happening, Bull, you awaken to find yourself nice and rested, as well as you can be on a cot. It was pretty warm, especially since you're wearing that constant fur coat. Everything's in order as far as you can tell.
All right. And you say we're just in like are we all in one larger tent that's been divided down into smaller portions, or?
Yeah, imagine a large tent, a flat roof, that extends like long ways, like a lodge, and there's hanging sheets that are makeshift walls and doors, and you can just make your way through them, but they hang and they give you some privacy from the others.
All right. If everything looks in order, I want to see, is Zara up?
So as you emerge into what would be from the sleeping quarters into that main area, which is the meeting area and where Zara has her table with the map set out, you've actually let her assume she would have asked to borrow the Evermap.
Yeah, that's fine. I trust Zara. So.
Yeah, I assume that you're cool with her just using it when she needs, when you're not going to take it. So she's been using that to help kind of, and you walk in and she heads down. She's got the guards behind her. They're her same two guards that she had before, which were the Knoll guards. But there are also 4 others behind those who are standing there at attention, just looking alert. As you walk in, just look down, the guards kind of stiffen up. She glances up. It's fine. It's one of my things. You're up early. That's good.
I see you've updated the security detail.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a moment. Is our other one up yet?
No, I
Which
didn't
one?
check.
I'll come walking in. Who's a good little buddy? Hi. Good morning.
Morning.
Glad you're both up early. We got to get a early start. We got a lot to do today. So how'd you sleep?
Well, was actually kind of
Well,
comfortable sleeping on the cot. Yeah.
It was higher off the ground than I'm used to. Usually it's just furs on the ground.
Yeah, well, we want to make sure we don't have any creepy crawlies getting into bed with us and ruining our night, you know? Best to be off the ground out here. Still don't know all. We know there's werewolves. Maybe there's
Bees.
beetles and centipedes. Go ahead and give me a perception roll, both of you.
I really don't think you should think things into existence there, Zara.
Please. Yeah, I hope that's not the case around here. So you have no clue what's going on, Bulver. You're really like just oblivious. You're having a conversation, like, yeah, kind of checking out, like maybe you're looking at the new Knoll guards, like kind of wondering what's going on with them. As you well enough know that you can tell that Zara has softened a little bit, and she's intentionally trying to be more friendly, and she's trying to make a joke. She's bad at it. She's not funny at all. She's got these rings under her eyes, and she was still up when y'all went to sleep, and then she was up when you got up.
Now, sweetie, are you getting sleep? Because you you're looking a little weary-eyed. What time did you go to bed last night? What time did you go to bed last night? Now, Zara, you cannot not sleep. How are you supposed to lead us if you die of sleep?
I know.
You
Okay.
need to sleep.
Yes.
Promise me. Promise me.
You know,
Tonight,
I'm supposed to
You
be
will get at least. Promise me.
charge
Tonight,
here.
promise.
Yes, ma'am. I
Thank
can't believe I just said that.
At least 6 hours.
Okay, you're the Thane.
Yes, that's fine. But you can't lead us if you're dead.
She's got a point.
Okay, let's hold on 1 second. Pause there. I have something for both. So on the desk, sitting before, is 2 rings. She tosses each of you a ring. Give me a dex save, please. I feel like I don't like
Please.
demanding.
I demand you give a deck save.
Fucking dex save now, peon.
I'm old. I'm old.
Like fumble it. Yeah, I can't quite. And the claw clatters.
I go to reach for it, but like my bones crack. It's like, oh.
Yeah, my bad. Shouldn't have thrown it. You catch
It's
it.
okay. I do that squat bend where it's like,
If everybody stops, it gets real quiet as you watch just you taking forever to pick up the ring.
well, I almost got it. I
You
almost
want
got it.
some?
No,
You want some
Would you
help?
like some?
I'm
could
good.
just.
I can
Smoke, wait, just go ahead. Just thing there.
get smoke. The smoke will grab it for you.
And I just like stand up and like, oh.
You need to stretch
that was
more.
good. That was a good one. Cool.
Well, maybe we'll find a fountain of youth on our plot of land. She's trying to make another joke. Again, not very funny, not very good at it. But she's trying. She really is. So she put those on, and I'll explain. So if y'all want to check them out, y'all want to look at the rings,
Yeah, I would love to.
give me an investigation, please, and thank you very much, sir.
Pop it on. Don't even look at it.
Damn. Over.
Sure,
Yeah.
magic ring. Got it.
I take a look on it. I like wipe some.
Yeah, there's some gunk on, a little bit of hair, a little bit of dust.
Out of
Dirt.
the
So,
It's
Chris,
pretty. I like it.
Bulbert, you immediately assume this definitely goes in your mouth. I can figure that shit. So you just pop it right in, man.
Right on one of my tusks. I'm gonna put it right on one of my
Gotcha.
tusks.
Yeah, you just put it right on there because that's definitely what you think this is for.
Nice tusk ornament.
Ezzy figures out that it does go on your finger, and when you look at it, it's got a little, it's a silver band, like a plain silver band, but it has what's the way to describe it? An imprint, an indention in the design of House Thrash coat of arms. So when you go to slip it on your hand, Ezzy, it actually tightens on your finger to snugly fit.
Oh, look at that.
And you are getting a very interesting look from Zara. Over.
Thanks.
I think it's got to go on your finger.
Oh, it's not.
No, we don't just. You think I just carry around Tusk's jewelry like that's a common?
I mean, it fit.
Okay. Yeah, on the finger.
I got it on the finger.
And right before he puts it on, you hear in your head, this guy, you hear the voice of Zara.
Well, sometimes people, they learn at different capacities.
Yeah, he's special. Hey, Volbert, can you hear me? You can, Volbert, you can hear both of them.
Yeah, loud and clear.
So this is how we'll communicate from now on.
Oh,
You have a direct connection with all three of us are directly connected mentally.
Oh, is this kind of the thing?
The ring, yes. So that's why I wanted you to put it on before we spoke any further. Now we don't have to worry about anybody eavesdropping, including those hags of yours. Who, by the way, can see everything you're doing at all times.
So then the ring doesn't matter for them.
They can probably read your minds. And you hear very faintly.
I'm going to take that as a yes. I just heard a cackle.
A cackle. Yes,
Yeah.
unmistakable cackle.
Yeah.
So as yeah, I heard it too. I figured. Anyways, but they're not who we're so worried about. They'll pretty much do whatever they want. Hags, by the way, big fans. So glad you're involved. And what's going on here? Really, really fucking great for me. Great omen that you're involved. Let me know if you need anything because I know you can pretty much kill me, whenever you want. So big fans. This is just wonderful. So what you have there, those rings, especially made for you. I had sent from my homeland, the Shadow Market. Those are the rings of protection. So basically, they will help keep you from getting killed. And they should actually increase in their power as you gain power yourselves.
Oh,
So,
that's interesting.
Yes. So out of character, if you look, you now will be revived once a day. When you're knocked out, you'll be revived to full hit points. You get 1 AC for every 5 levels. So it starts with just 1 AC. Once you hit level 5, it'll go up to 2, 10, 3, like that. I've already adjusted your sheets. I've already added the AC and the hit points because you get 5 hit points per level 2. So actually you can add 5 more hit points because I added 15. You'll technically have 4 levels now. You can add 5 more permanent hit points.
Okay, 5 more to our max then.
So it's 5 per level.
Right, so I already added 15, right? Because you were at 3. When you added the Warlock, that's 5 more.
Okay.
So
Hell yeah.
that's per hit. So every level you'll get 5 in addition to whatever you roll for hit points. Every 5 you'll get another AC. You can use those to directly communicate with each other, the 3 of you, as long as you're on the same plane. So they'll come in handy, and once they're on your finger, they're pretty much there. You know what I'm saying?
I like
Just
it.
for a future reference, Zara, say one of us happens to lose a finger or lose the ring and someone else is to get it, would they be able to listen in on these conversations?
These rings, once you put them on, are bound to you only.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about that.
Good.
Hopefully, we won't be losing any fingers.
So it's 1.
It's on your sheet. It's in your inventory. It's the Thane's Ring of Protection.
Okay.
And it's got everything
Oh, there
listed.
it is.
So
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
So in addition to that, she says, I have something else for you. All this is happening in your mind. And there are 2 satchels that on a side table, and they just look empty. She hands them to you. These will come in handy. I've put 2 healing potions for you in there that you can use. Remember, healing potions, you can only use 1 each hour. If you try to use more than 1, it won't be effective. You can put anything you want in this bag. You can store as much as you'd like, and it won't get any larger. So you each have a bag of holding in your inventory and 2 greater healing potions. All you have to do is think about what it is that you desire from the bag once it's in there, and it will appear for you. So if you also will retrieve from the bag, I've included for you some silver-tipped bolts, 10 for each of you, a silver dagger for each of you, and then you did not have a ranged weapon, so in your bag, Bull, you have a hand crossbow that I believe you should be able to use effectively. I've added that stuff to your inventory as well. You're going to need the silver for today's task, as you can imagine.
I imagine we're going out into the woods to see if we can find the original whatever that turned poor old Dave.
That will be one of our tasks for today.
Alright.
And there's more to that than you may think. First of all,
No.
I feel that I need to apologize. Been very distracted. More accurately, I've been very focused. I have more work to do than one person can possibly manage just to keep us operating at this bare minimum. I've lost a Thane. My reaction was poor when you lost your comrade. I hope that I've helped to rectify that. I had the remains of Giltrema sent through the portal back to Sharn. Had him sent to the tower of his god Arion in the pavilion host, where he will be interred per his proper rites and rituals. Hope that does something to help alleviate my crass reaction. Of course, I hate to see somebody be taken from us, a good person, as it were. It was no small feat for me to get him interred, being what he is, a monster in their eyes. I had to promise the sovereign host a greater plot of land and what will be our temple district. But hopefully he will be at peace, and hopefully this will help you be at peace. Like I said, I am stretched very thin. That's why I haven't slept. That's why I haven't got these piles of paperwork. I can't trust anybody, much less my father or my siblings who have stacked the odds against us. You see, in my family, backstabbing is encouraged. My father secretly favors me, but because of that, he makes things twice as hard on me. This bastard child. My siblings would love nothing more than for me to fail, and they can split up the third ward and take control of it themselves. I'm sure they're plotting against each other as well. I gave you those rings because I want you to survive. I don't want you to end up like a Giltrema. I count you as my only allies at this point. Even these behind me, these hired hands, I can't trust. Not fully. So our task, as it were, number one, survive, to live. Number two, gather as much information as possible. And number three, gain power so that we can defend ourselves and grow. What questions do you have for me about what you've gotten yourselves into here?
I'm only worried about the mission we got at hand today. I think you've already made it clear that no one here in this camp is on our side but you.
They may be. We can't count on them. We may have allies. So that's a number 4 then. You can gain any allies. Seems like you've got some inroads there, Bull, with your turtle friend, possibly an ally. Seems like maybe a decent individual. Not all of my siblings are as bad as others. The first ward is going to be our biggest issue. That's who wants to see me fall the most. I believe you had a little bit of experience with them, has he? Davin and his 3 underlings.
Yeah, they were the worst.
Yeah, they are the worst, absolutely. And that's who's going to be, especially now that he knows about you, from his little underling Flavius. Flavius is apparently the name of that half elf, which you've gathered wizard in the colorful scarves, who was spying on you. And his, I guess you would call them socialites or airlings or just punk bitches, that Chaz and Katie. I'll tell you this, they may not work, they may not contribute in any ways that we see visible, but they sure as hell know politics and they know how to get their way. We need to watch out for them. The second ward, Doran, my brother, fellow bastard half-orc. It's probably the least of our worries, though he is quite power hungry. I sincerely hope that Giltrima's death was nothing more than an accident that couldn't be avoided. We can't count out that he was out there with Skunk and Borks, which is the Knoll and the Troll that are Thanes of the second ward under Doran. None of them died, only one of ours, so seems like a bad coincidence. Pretty sure that big Goliath lady just takes orders. Then the fourth ward, Lark. Lark was always kind of quiet. She and I were actually playmates as children. Of course, I was much more aggressive than her. She tended to follow my lead. I think she has a good soul, though. I think she's been corrupted. Kazarine, who you've met, the turtle Kaz, seems to be a friend of hers that she gets wisdom from. And then her 2 closest mates from childhood, Gregor, the bard, seems to be interested in nothing more than just playing songs and betting women. And then Zavi, Lark's closest and oldest of friends. They have always been oddly close, as you may have noticed. Bull seemed to have mentioned. Just keep an eye out for them and anybody that may be working with or for them.
No, I have a question. You say oddly close. Does that mean they're...
I mean, that's the reading I got, but again, it's...
Anyone?
They could just be close friends.
Mean here? Come on.
Well, they're oddly close in that they... Well, yeah, that's... Yeah, they're inseparable. They're often seen together, but Lark claims that her boyfriend is Gregor. Perhaps she doesn't think Father will approve. I don't have any proof myself of this relationship. If I did, and if Father were to find out, that could aid us in gaining some ground.
All right, I'm not quiet. I'm not a good spy. I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
There are other ways to get information. Maybe get them drunk. I don't know. Anything you can ever do to get
I'm good at that. I'm good at the drinking.
Imagine you are, Granny. I hope you don't mind me calling you Granny. I'm sorry. You just
You're going to call me what you call me. I don't really care.
that vibe. Well, not necessarily. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'll call you Ezzy. It kind of slipped out. You remind me of my grandmother. One of the only people who actually, well, she was a fearsome orc warrior.
As all good women should be. Not the orc part, but the fearsome warrior part.
Well, if they want, women should be whatever they like. That's what I say. And what I want to be is I want to be the best damn lieutenant governor and eventually governor of this entire land. And you two are going to help me make that happen. Because then what'll happen is then little old bastard Zara finally get in line and be rightfully recognized by the House of Trask.
Wait a second. You're doing all of this because you have daddy issues.
To put it very simply, well, first of all, yes, I'm going to just say. Second,
that's fair.
think about who my dad is. He is one of the 3 triumvir of the House of Thrask. He is one of the 3 rulers of the Shadow Marches, an entire nation. He is the governor of this entire land. My dad.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have daddy issues, just that you know and accept it moving forward.
I don't think they should be motivators.
I want you to understand who my dad is, though. He the power he wields is he is the go-between between Breland and Droaam. He has his hand in everything that's happening in this region. So, like I said, I'm already his secret favorite. He's waiting for me to prove myself. And then the legacy will be mine. And of course, you all will be taken care of. That goes without saying. So, any other questions from me about what all is going on here before I tell you what our mission for today?
I think I pretty much got it.
About it. No, I mean the mission.
Yeah.
I'm good on everything else though.
Okay. Well, so this werewolf issue. My father, speaking of the devil, has caught wind of it. Sees this as the first great challenge of our newly burgeoning nation. And Father has challenged us, his children, and our Thanes, to rid our land of this threat before it becomes more pronounced. And he's promised some type of significant reward to the group that succeeds in culling this threat. So, apparently, if we can be the ones to take care of this threat and prove that we did, I'll be able to ask a favor of my father. And I have an idea about just what I'm going to ask, and it could be the very thing to give us the edge we need. In what will sure to be an ongoing struggle for power and political nonsense that you don't need to worry about other than what I'll fill you in as you need to know. But needless to say, winning this will be a great victory for our king. So, the 4 new ones you've noticed back here, they're for you. She points to the Knoll mercenaries. We had them sent in from the Shadow Marches via Sharn. And I'm going to send them with you. As you can tell by the silver in our conversation of your encounter last night, you need to go find this pack of werewolves. Hopefully it's small. At least discover their origin. And be the first to take them out. Believe, based on what we've learned, you take out the leader, pack's gone, done for, they revert. So you do that and you prove it. I'll let dear old daddy know, and we'll see what we can get out of it. You've got the silver dagger, you've got the silver bolts. Hopefully you've got some other tricks up your sleeves. Maybe that unicorn friend of yours can come in handy. Maybe that little fella on your shoulder These 4 folks right here should be handy. So, let me make sure that we're ready for this. All right. So what she does is she introduces you to the 4 no mercenaries. Their names are Flick, Flack, Fleck, and Fluck. And you each can choose 2 no mercenaries to be basically the captain of. So one of you can get Flick and Flack and Fleck and Fluck. You tell me who wants to, and I will assign them to you.
I like the look of Flack and Fluck. You guys come over here.
You want Flack and Fluck?
Flack and Fluck.
Let me get you signed on here with Flack. You'll want to check out the character sheet and see what you got going on. What we'll do, they'll roll their initiative separately in battle, and whichever one you control will be yours to maneuver. So get Flack and Fluck assigned to Volbert. So these guys have been hired and paid to do your bidding. And no mercenaries are very popular because they're known to be vicious. And once they're paid, they're pretty damn reliable. Versus goblins, Ezzy, sorry to say, but you'll hire them, they'll run away pretty fast.
Well, yeah, because we normally get killed really fast.
Yeah, I mean, you got self-preservation.
I mean, let's be honest.
These are pack animals right here, these gnolls. All right, so you should now have your gnoll mercenaries assigned to you. Zara, all your conversations happen in your minds through the ring.
So I have Flick and Fleck? I thought he had Flick and Fleck.
I have Flack and Fluck.
Ah, okay.
Should be correct. Hopefully they're correct.
Yeah, I've got Flick and Fleck.
You got Flick and Fleck.
Like
Fluck.
I would like to see if I know anything about werewolves so far as mental capacity. Like, are they more animal than man, or are they intelligent enough to be bargained with?
Check the tape. Roll me a D20. Roll with advantage because you have encountered them directly. You fought one.
Sorry, just a D20 at advantage?
Please, sir, roll me a D20 at advantage. Add your wisdom and add your proficiency. If you take a look at the entry for the tape in your inventory, it tells you.
Okay.
There's all the details in there. About how it works.
And proficiency is level. Oh, just 2. Gotcha.
I'm not seeing a...
Whoops.
It's 120.
I wish.
You know everything
There
ever.
we go. Hey!
Holy shit. You still know everything ever. So basically you can take, let me send it to you.
You know, I've actually read a lot about werewolves. And one of my
You have a full entry
hobbies.
in your, yeah. It is a detailed entry in your tape, check the tape. I'm going to chat it to you right here in Zoom. Here's the link. You know everything about the werewolf. The full entry.
Excellent.
So as you see Vol pull out and Zara, what do you have there, Vol? Type of guide, some type of intel?
Yeah, it's the Almanac of Potential Enemies. It's a record of various dangers throughout Eberron. Study it when I can.
That's handy.
Very. In fact, it looks like these werewolves aren't exactly dumb. Zara, potential allies if we can't kill them?
Alaina?
Sorry, what?
Vol was talking to you. Can you not hear correctly?
No, I asked Zara.
I thought he asked Zara.
Oh shit! I thought he said Ezzy.
No, Zara.
Okay, my bad. I was like, I'm waiting on you, and you're waiting on me. So, well, I mean, anything's possible. Pretty sure though, when they go into their hybrid form, their werewolf form, they're pretty vicious. They don't seem to like stop and try to talk. I don't even know if they can talk once they've transformed. These may be the type that have just given over to the feral side. In that case, it probably won't be much good to try to talk to them. But hey, if any allies we could ever possibly have, I mean, it's always a good first try.
We'll keep it in mind. But you're right, it looks like they can't do much once they've transformed. Maybe if we catch them during the day, we can try to work something out.
Yeah, again, hopefully these aren't the type, but something tells me they might be if they're living out here they pretty much stay in their hybrid form. Some of them just give over to it.
All right. Ready when you are, Ezzy.
You can find it out. So here's the deal, and this is in your head. So I want you to find them first, but you got to realize, I guarantee you, that troll of my brothers and that knoll of my brothers are going to be out there hunting them as well. I doubt they'll have the heart, the first ward or the second ward, but first or fourth, that is. But I will say that I fully expect orcs and skunk to be out there with their very own hunting party, trying to kill the werewolves themselves in order to get this reward that Father has promised. So you may run across them. They may find the werewolves first. They may swoop in and try to take the kill from you. Who knows? They'll probably try anything. What you got to try to do is find them first, take them out. I guess bring back the heads or whatever it is you can as proof before orcs and skunk get to you or them.
Can the heads go in the bags?
I mean, yeah, I suppose temporarily they're going to waste away if you put them in there very long.
Well, just for carrying. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got little granny arms.
And as I say that, like I flex, but like there's some decent muscle tone there.
Smoke, and at this point, Smoke
Tiny
mentions,
granny.
Smoke speaks in your head. Can we do something for me and this token so I don't have to carry it around in my mouth all the time?
Oh, sure. Give me a
Getting
second.
very old. Still clutching.
Zara, do you happen to have any strips of leather I can use really fast?
Give her some leather. One of the guards kind of looks down and gets a leather strap off on one of his many knives and just moves a knife and gives you this leather strap.
Can I have that knife too?
Sure. I mean,
So I'm gonna.
bag if you want
I know, but I don't want to use my dagger. So what I'm about to do,
I'm like, all right, Smoke, give me your little token.
and in front of everyone, I'll take the little token out of his mouth and set it on a table. I'll put the knife against it.
What the hell is that?
Gonna use my warhammer and to knock a little chip into it.
So, wait, the dragon has a token now too?
Where did all that come from?
And then I'm gonna thread the token onto the leather, and I'm gonna tie it on his little neck.
Much better, thank you.
No problem, Smokey. And I'll give him a little skirt under his chin.
I'm still looking at this in disbelief that this dragon now has a third token.
I forgot to tell you.
Forgot.
Yeah, he's the third hag person now. Thing.
Convergence.
Dragon. Convergence, right? That's the word.
So that token was the one that Giltrima had.
No, I don't think so. The hag gave him this token. Oh, my little Smokey, my
It's
proud little
similar.
boy.
It's also green as Giltrim's was when he showed
Well,
me.
it's gonna be like it, but
Does it have the temple and the hag?
well, I'm sure maybe I don't. Yeah, we
So you
can.
do see the hag. You do see Sorkatra on one side, the beautiful hag, and on the other side, it's not a temple as it was.
Oh, no, it's not a temple.
It's a dragon, a massive.
It's a really, really large dragon. Cause Smoke's gonna get big and strong.
That is right.
Yeah.
Wait until that happens.
You're gonna be a force to
We
be reckoned
will
with.
melt them all when that happens, won't we?
Well, maybe not. We only melt them if we're in battle against them. We don't melt friends' faces.
Or if they displease us.
This
No,
is
no,
all
no.
in her head, right?
No,
Yes.
I'm actually talking to him out loud.
Right.
Well, he's talking to you in your head.
Yeah. No. We don't melt people's faces if we're mad at them. We have normal conversations. Otherwise, I would be melting. No offense.
Yes,
Sarah.
you're
I'd be
right.
melting her face frequently, but it's fine.
First we talk,
We're
then we
friends
melt.
now. We talk
There's
first. Exactly. We talk first.
Plenty of time for melting later.
There is plenty of time for melting later.
I love it.
You got a handle on
Well,
that thing, right, Ezzy?
Oh yeah, Smoke's great.
Okay, well, good. Hopefully a good ally, and that's interesting that the hag has taken this tiny dragon creature as his, I guess, champion of some sort. Interesting. Well, hopefully that's a good sign. Oh, it's the hag. It's a bad sign. Anyways, so yes, hunting werewolves. Take these with you. So you've already chosen. Hopefully they'll be of use. And report back, hopefully, once you've killed the leader or befriended them. You never know.
We can only try.
And try. Don't die trying though.
All right.
That's it. Unless you have anything else for me. Good hunting. And hopefully
Werewolf.
those rings won't come in too handy right away.
Duty it is.
All right, Flack and Fluck, let's go.
Just kind of salute and follow behind.
All right, flick. Onward.
We're yours to command.
I mean, just follow me. That just means follow.
I'll be right here behind you.
Okay.
Lick
Okay.
and
I
kinda
walk.
like-
I walk slow, so be prepared.
I want to be
You're
called
paying.
Lord Vol.
Yes, Lord Val.
All right. It's going to be a good day, Ezzy.
Just call me Ezzy. Now, do you guys need any juice boxes? I've got some in here somewhere. I can, do you want to? Anybody want a juice box? It's
What
a
is-
long travel.
Juice box.
It's a box with juice in it, and it comes with a little straw. You just stick the straw in it.
We're okay. We are ready.
No
we will let
juice
you
box?
know if we need
Bull,
juice
do you
box.
want a juice
business.
box? Here, Bull, take a juice box.
Yeah, all right.
Keep that for later.
Oh.
Or drink it now. It's whatever you really want.
Give me a con save, Chris.
Who knows how long it's been in this bag?
It's pretty good. It's a little warm. It's a little warm, and it's starting to ferment just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, great.
It's good.
It is a grape juice box. So.
Good though. I mean, it's actually you like it. It's tasty.
This is really good.
It actually makes you feel a little nice.
Thanks. I make them myself, because you gotta have some sort of something going on. When you reach my age, the horde really doesn't like it if you go out too much. They think you're a liability if you fall behind or anything, or if you happen to fall off your warg. It's annoying. So you gotta have some sort of something to fall back on. And I make juice boxes, and I have I had a little desk I had with little trinkets, and I'm just talking while we're walking.
You ought to tell him you killed a werewolf. That's certainly not useful. Useless, I mean.
I mean, if I ever see the horde again, but you never know. I'm probably gonna die before I see the horde again. Not hopefully, I die in battle like a good orc should, or a good goblin should. But let's be real. Age is gonna get me first if Zara has anything to say about it. I wonder if they'll give her a new Thane if I die of old age.
I'd
If it's
imagine
not
so.
her
They
incompetent.
haven't replaced Giltrima yet unless they plan on giving Smoke there the Thanehood.
Oh, Smoke, do you want to be a Thane?
Do you wanna be a thing?
He doesn't. He doesn't care. He wants to melt faces. It's a thing. It's his thing.
Dragon of simple pleasures. I like it.
Yeah, no, it's basic pleasures.
Speaking
actually-
of melting faces, he says in your mind, when I hear something about hunting werewolves,
Yes, you're more than welcome to melt as many werewolves' faces as you want. Just
let
don't.
us go then.
All right, he wants to go melt werewolf faces.
Good. Better theirs than ours. Let's go out.
Let's go. Walking slow.
Are you gonna? So y'all gonna head out of camp and go start to werewolf hunt?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was there an echo on that? Was that a gunshot or a firework? Hang on.
What's up?
All right. So what I need from
Firework.
you, this is how this is gonna work. Give me 1 second. Okay. I need, so the way it's going to work mechanically for y'all, just so you understand, you're going to give me survival checks to try to hunt down these werewolves. And the DC, it's going to, each time is going to represent an hour. The DC for these checks is going to decrease each hour because you're going to be narrowing it down. At the same time, I'm going to be rolling for whoever else is hunting, which you were told by Zara is probably orcs and skunk. I'm going to be rolling for them. So I need each of you to give me a survival roll. And I'm going to add together your rolls to see if you find them in the first hour. And I'm going to do the same for orcs and skunk. Let me grab my physical 20-sided die.
Can our Knowles assist?
No.
I mean, we got a 21 and 18. I feel like we're
Holy
in
shit, I
decent
got a
shape.
21 and an 18.
You can
Yeah,
always do.
we're in-
You can always do better though. What if the Knowles crit?
I know. The nose could always do better. They could crit. Fail.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. So you find some tracks immediately. You go to where was described to you that the hunting party was. And they described it pretty well. You asked some good questions. And you find some tracks of what they said they injured. They described it as like a very overly large werewolf that actually was like fat. Weird.
That?
So yeah, it was like a big and fat werewolf that attacked, and it was like mauling, and they injured it. They shot it, and it escaped into the woods. They were tending to the dead, and you actually find the tracks of where this one escaped into the woods. And as you follow these tracks, you are able to come upon. Give me each of you give me please a perception roll. You've got following behind you your
The nose.
mercenaries. So you follow these tracks until you see about 100 feet ahead of you. The forest is pretty thick, but at the base of a giant tree, you see 3
Armor of Agathis.
creatures, and they're ripping apart something. And if you look close enough, you can see it's the body of an ogre being ripped apart by 3 werewolves. And as you approach, they sniff. Give me stealth rolls.
Okay. Did you hear me? I cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
That's fine. Yeah, you can
First
go ahead
level.
and take that as a, you can do that.
All right, my stealth is at disadvantage, so it's a 13.
What's your crit? Oh, disadvantage here.
So let me do.
Well, mine's at disadvantage because of my armor.
Give me stealth rolls for your gnolls as well,
Oh, right.
please. Mercenary roll. Give me a mercenary roll. All right, so y'all got. Let me see the gist. 5 and 13. Okay. So with those rolls, you aren't able to sneak up on them, but you're also not surprised by them. They sniff at the air and look up, and they see you, and all three of them roll initiative.
Shit.
Roll initiative.
Okay.
All right, and I need you to roll initiative for yourself and your 2 mercenaries. You can have smoke go on your turn, Ezzy.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, you did not go collect your unicorn. You did not tell me that you were going to do that.
Didn't, and I meant to, and I forgot it.
Yeah, so you will not have her. But you want to keep that in mind because she is a badass.
She is. I was looking at her. She is a badass.
And will be very useful because you rolled like a 20 on your when you first went out to look for shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you rolled unicorn as your result, so you fucking got it. That's the way things work. We got. Let me see what we got here. As these 3 werewolves howl, you notice slight differences in each of them. As you did with the were-gnoll, which was like a werewolf gnoll looking hyena type hyena creature. These also have some distinctive features. You notice that one of them is very, very large and muscular, not fat at all, as was described, and what you can assume what was killed or injured was the ogre that's now lying on the ground being devoured by these 3, that it got injured, made it to here, died, probably turned back into an ogre, and is now being eaten by its former pack mates. So you've got one that looks very large and muscular. You've got one that not only is large and muscular, not quite as big as the other one, but nice and stout, but has horns, like bull horns, in addition to its other werewolf features. And then one that's way smaller than the others, and it's got like a greenish tint to it, and it looks kind of devilish a little bit. So what you actually have here is a were-Goliath, a were-Minotaur, and a were-Goblin, which you are facing off.
Interesting.
And Chris, you would know with your roll earlier that crit success on the almanac.
How is a crit fail going before me? This is the worst. I hate having a -1 initiative.
So, damn. I'm going to just have y'all call out your initiatives so